Right now, across the United States, something is quietly breaking inside the automotive industry. Over 3 million brand new vehicles are sitting unsold on dealer lots. These aren't trade-ins, these aren't rental returns, these are factory fresh SUVs, many of them with fewer than 20 miles on the odometer, just sitting. Day after day, month after month, some for over 2 years. That adds up to nearly $150 billion worth of vehicles that nobody wants. And this isn't normal. The entire auto industry is built on one core assumption: everything eventually sells. Dealers order inventory, manufacturers keep producing, and banks keep financing it all because demand is supposed to absorb supply. But that assumption is starting to crack. According to inventory tracking data, some SUVs have over 80% of their entire model year inventory still unsold. That means automakers built tens of thousands of vehicles that buyers simply walked away from, not because they didn't know about them, not because they were unavailable, but because they didn't want them at any price. And here's the part most buyers don't realize. A brand new SUV sitting on a lot isn't just waiting, it's bleeding money. Every single day it sits there, it costs the dealer interest, insurance, storage, depreciation, and opportunity loss. That $65,000 SUV parked on the edge of the lot isn't an asset, it's a ticking financial time bomb. So what happens when a brand new SUV doesn't sell in 30 days, or 90 days, or 500 days? What do dealers actually do when the discounts stop working, buyers stop calling, and the bank keeps charging interest? The answer is far darker than most people expect. Today, we're breaking down the 10 brutal stages that unsold brand new SUVs go through, from floor plan debt traps and desperate price cuts to auction losses, fleet dumping, and vehicle graveyards that manufacturers don't want you to know exist. Some of these SUVs will eventually sell at massive losses. Others will be quietly reclassified, rebranded, or shipped halfway around the world. And some will never be sold to the public at all. If you're thinking about buying a new SUV, this video could save you tens of thousands of dollars. And if you want to understand why the auto market feels completely broken right now, this is the story dealers hope you never hear. Welcome back to the Ultimate SUV Zone, where we expose the stories the automotive industry doesn't want you to know. The moment a brand new SUV rolls off the delivery truck and onto a dealer's lot, the clock starts ticking. And here's the first truth most buyers never learn. Dealers don't actually own those vehicles, at least not in the way you think. Almost every dealership operates using something called floor plan financing. This is a massive revolving line of credit provided by banks or directly by the manufacturer. The dealer borrows money to buy each vehicle, but the lender keeps the title until that vehicle is sold. In other words, the SUV sitting in front of you is technically owned by the bank. At first, this system looks harmless. Many manufacturers offer 60 to 90 days of low interest or even zero interest financing. During that grace period, the dealership can display the SUV, advertise it, and try to move it without paying much interest. Sounds reasonable, until that grace period ends. The second that 90-day window closes, interest begins compounding, and these aren't friendly rates. In today's market, floor plan interest rates can reach levels that absolutely crush dealer margins. According to industry filings, just a 1% increase in floor plan rates can cost large dealer groups millions of dollars per year. And here's the kicker. Since 2021, floor plan expenses for major dealer groups have nearly tripled. Dealers went from paying around $126 million annually to well over $360 million in interest alone. That money doesn't come from nowhere. It comes straight out of profits. So when a dealer receives a $65,000 SUV, they already know the rules. Sell it within 90 days or start losing money every single day. And that loss adds up fast. Interest, insurance, lot maintenance, sales commissions, advertising costs. By day 120, that SUV might already be underwater. By day 200, it's a liability. This is why dealers obsess over inventory aging reports. Vehicles are tracked by how long they've been sitting: 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, 365 days. Once an SUV crosses certain thresholds, it triggers panic inside the dealership. Sales managers start pushing harder, advertising budgets increase, Salespeople are told to move the metal, and if it still doesn't sell, the dealership enters the next phase, which buyers often mistake as a great deal. But make no mistake, that first discount isn't generosity, it's desperation. When the 90-day mark comes and goes with no buyer, dealerships move into what insiders call damage control. This is the stage most consumers see, the sudden discounts, rebates, and limited-time offers splashed across dealership websites. At first, the cuts seem reasonable. $2,000 off MSRP, then $5,000, then special financing, cashback offers, loyalty bonuses, anything to spark interest. But here's the truth. These discounts aren't about helping buyers. They're about stopping the financial bleeding. According to consumer pricing experts, if you're looking at a leftover model from the previous year, you should already be negotiating 15 to 20% off MSRP just to offset instant depreciation. On a $65,000 SUV, that's $10,000 to $13,000 gone the moment you sign the paperwork. And yet, many dealers still resist going that low because every dollar discounted is coming straight out of their shrinking margin. What's shocking is how many brand new vehicles fall into this category. As we approach the end of 2025, there's still tens of thousands of leftover 2024 models sitting unsold. Even worse, there are brand new 2023 models that never found buyers. From a buyer's perspective, that SUV might look new, but in the market's eyes, it's already 2 years old. This creates a dangerous illusion. Buyers think they're getting a deal. Dealers act like they're being generous, but in reality, the buyer is often still overpaying relative to depreciation and future resale value. And when discounts don't work, when buyers still walk away, that's when dealerships move to a tactic that looks harmless but can hide serious problems. When price cuts fail, dealers get creative. This is when a slow-moving SUV quietly becomes a service loaner or demo vehicle. On paper, this makes sense. Customers need loaner cars while their vehicles are being serviced, sales managers need demos for test drives, and manufacturers often reimburse dealers monthly for placing vehicles into loaner programs, helping offset floor plan interest. But here's what really happens. That new SUV starts getting driven a lot. Sales staff take it home, customers use it for errands, some drive it like they stole it. The miles add up, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 miles. Once that happens, the dealer can reclassify the vehicle as nearly new or certified pre-owned, and suddenly much deeper discounts become acceptable without raising red flags. Here's where it gets sketchy. Not all dealers clearly disclose how that vehicle was used. Some will downplay the mileage, others won't explain that it was a loaner, and very few will tell you how those miles were accumulated. There are documented cases of loaner vehicles coming back trashed, smoke damage, interior stains, curb rash, even mechanical abuse. Yet these SUVs often get cleaned up, reconditioned, and sold to unsuspecting buyers as lightly used. That discounted SUV might look like a bargain, but you're inheriting wear you didn't cause. And if even this trick doesn't work, the dealer moves the problem elsewhere. When one dealership can't sell an SUV, they try to make it someone else's problem. This is called a dealer trade. A slow-moving SUV in Florida might be sent to Colorado. A convertible stuck in Minnesota gets shipped to California. On the surface, it sounds logical. Different markets, different demand. But every trade adds cost. Transport fees, handling damage, additional mileage, and time. That SUV might be loaded onto transport trucks multiple times, parked in different lots, shuffled around like a bad poker hand. The odometer might still show low miles, but that vehicle has lived a hard, uncertain life. If it still doesn't sell after the trade, things get expensive fast. When dealers finally give up, the SUV goes to auction, and this is where value dies. The moment a brand new vehicle crosses the auction block, it becomes used, no matter the mileage. That classification alone destroys resale value. Auction fees, transport costs, commissions, all pile on, and since auction buyers are there to flip inventory, bids come in brutally low. A $65,000 SUV might sell for $38,000. After fees, the dealer could lose $20,000 or more on a single vehicle. Multiply that across dozens of units, and dealerships bleed out. Before auctions, some vehicles get dumped into fleet sales, like rental companies like Hertz or Enterprise. Manufacturers sell them at wholesale prices just to move inventory, but when those vehicles hit the used market a year later, resale values collapse. Private buyers pay the price. Some SUVs never sell at all. They're sent to massive storage facilities, outdoor lots holding thousands of vehicles. Tires flat spot, batteries die, seals dry out, rust begins. Cars aren't meant to sit for years. Some are eventually exported, others are dismantled, some are simply written off. Certain models dominate unsold inventory lists. Some have over 80% leftover rates, prices over $90,000. Buyers walked away. This isn't random, it's pricing, reliability, and lost trust colliding. The system assumes everything sells, but demand has changed. Prices are too high, trust is broken. For buyers, this is opportunity if you negotiate hard. For dealers and manufacturers, it's a reckoning, and it's only getting worse.